As you board, please move across your car to make room for everyone, and kindly offer available seating to those needing special assistance. If you're standing, please hold on to the handrails and stay clear of the doors. They will be closing in a moment. Thank you.
Hey, howdy, hey, and welcome to another episode of Disney Assembled. I'm Troy.
I'm Heldner.
Wait a minute. Heldner?
Yeah.
We have, ladies and gentlemen, a very special co-host for this week. We have Mimi's brother, Heldner. We are, this week, your father-son Disney podcast, here to create joy and share our love for all things Disney. Welcome to the show, Heldner.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're glad to have you. Mimi has been away for a couple of weeks with camp and a bunch of stuff that she had to do. And she is not quite ready to jump in to another episode. She's quite busy today, having just gotten home. And so you have agreed to jump in and be a co-host for a discussion today. We're fantastic. We're glad to have you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and you were actually on the show not too long ago, weren't you? You sort of joined Mimi and I, and we had a conversation.
It was a couple of months ago, I think.
Yep. It was fun, and you enjoyed yourself. And you said, hey, if you ever need me to come back on, let me know. So we're going to do it. But guys, if you're looking for other great Disney content to brighten up your day, you need to check out Magic of the Mouse Radio. Magic of the Mouse Radio is the best place for online radio music related to Disney. You can listen to this show also on Magic of the Mouse Radio every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern. And check out the Magic of the Mouse Radio app. I think it's available on both Android and Apple iPhone products. So go to the App Store of your choice and do a search. I think it's either Cosmic Radio app or the Magic of the Mouse Radio app. But you can get all of that by going to magicofthemouseradio.com. And if you're looking for a great place to get your Disney news, check out magicofthemousenews.com, where you can get all the wonderful articles written there about all great Disney content, including articles written by our very own Mimi, who is so proud to be part of the Magic of the Mouse News team. All right. Well, Heldner, it's good to have you. And for our listeners out there, this is going to be a slightly different type of episode since, Mimi's got about 2 years worth of experience with this. We're going to do it sort of the same way that Mimi and I started. Mm-hmm. We're just having a conversation about Disney today, right? So this conversation may go into all kinds of different directions. It could talk about Star Wars, talk about Marvel, talk about movies, TV, maybe the parks even. We've been to the parks a few times, and we'll talk about some of that. But I think this will be a really good conversation and nice perspective for people, especially those of you out there who have teenage boys at home. And you and I were talking about this earlier, that teenage boys, Disney doesn't focus too much on them, do they?
No, not really. There's like some points in the parks and where you kind of feel a little left out because there's a lot of stuff for like girls and just younger kids. Yeah, just younger kids really in general and stuff. And you just got to like, for me, when I went, especially to the Magic Kingdom, because in my mind, that's kind of like the vintage place, if that makes any sense. Yep. You kind of just got to like really just get over yourself and just be able to try new things. Especially because when I was 13, I had this ego that wasn't really good and stuff. And when I went to Disney, I thought I was like too cool to ride all these rides. But in reality, I went on them when we went in March, and it was really cool. And I regret not doing them. Yep. But now I have, so now I don't have any more regrets.
There you go. We're going to have a more in-depth conversation with Heldner about his Disney experiences and all that good stuff. But we also need to do the part of the show that people claim to look forward to every single week.
Oh, great.
It is time for this week's Disney dad joke of the week. Oh, boy. Heldner. Mickey Mouse and Winnie the Pooh. They walked into a bar. The bartender looks at them and says, "Hey, what's your story?" And Mickey looks at the bartender and says, "Okay, well, bear with me." Get it? Winnie the Pooh is with Mickey Mouse. What's your story? Bear with me. Get it? All right, guys, that's this week's Disney Dad Joke of the Week. You should see Heldner's face. He is completely lost. That is this week's version. We apologize. If you have a Disney Dad joke that you'd like us to consider using on the show,
please send them fast.
Please send them quickly. DisneyAssembled@gmail.com, or you can send it to us as a message on any of the socials that we're on. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. And is it still Twitter? Is it the X? I don't know. I'm not going to call it Twitter. I'm going to continue to call it Twitter, but it's whatever they call it now, the X or Twitter or X or
I don't know.
The app with no name. No one knows what it is. But we're there too. So we haven't done the threads yet. We're not quite on the threads. We're thinking about the threads, not on the threads yet. But check us out there.
I'm also thinking about what did that joke even mean?
Bear with me. Winnie the Pooh is a bear. He says, okay, bear with me. That's his story.
That was terrible.
Well, that's the point.
That's the point for you to tell bad jokes.
The point is that it's not always a really good joke.
What episode are you on?
182. Actually.
How has Irene done this for 181 times?
I don't know. Maybe it's just stomachs that she puts up with it. And she usually gags at the end of the show. All right, let's jump into this thing about Disney. So you had started talking about the parks. Do you want to talk about your experience in the parks, or what do you want to do?
Start with whatever.
All right, let's talk about the parks then. Maybe that's the place we should focus our attention on, because the truth is, and you can share with everybody, you're a busy person. You're getting ready to start high school.
Yeah.
You're into a lot of different sports. You're very busy with your athletics and your studies.
Yeah.
So you don't really watch a lot of TV or movies. You're mostly, when you have some free time, you're usually a video game guy.
Yeah. I don't really watch as much as I used to.
Right. So talking about Marvel and Star Wars, I mean, you would know some things, but you're not all into everything like you used to be.
No, I don't know as much as like what y'all watch and stuff.
But I think you are. We talked this morning about Ahsoka coming out. You are familiar because we did watch Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we
watched The Mandalorian.
Right. So you're excited about that. But let's talk about the parks. You mentioned the Magic Kingdom. Maybe for our friends out there that are listening, they may be really interested, like we talked about, teenage boy in the parks. Not really a demographic that Disney focuses a ton of their marketing and messaging on. But do you want to just talk about the things? Let's start with the Magic Kingdom. Things you enjoy the most doing in the Magic Kingdom. Maybe some of the things that are better than you thought they would be, or maybe not as good as you thought they would be in terms of rides. And then maybe if you want to talk about any food options that you as a teenage guy really enjoy, you can share some of that too. So
things that were kind of better than what I imagined. I kind of said this earlier, but were those small rides like Peter Pan and Winnie the Pooh, like rides like those in my mind weren't like really going to be like entertaining and as amusing as I thought they would be. But then as soon as I rode them, I really realized that this is actually like one of the cooler things, because I know both of the stories about the Peter Pan and Winnie the Pooh, but in reality, going on the ride makes you really feel different, and seeing all the, it was just a weird experience at first. First time I rode it, and then the second time I rode those rides, it got a whole lot clearer.
Yeah. Why don't we go around the park to different lands, and I can help guide you through a conversation.
Yeah,
maybe.
I don't know what any land is in.
Yeah, let's do that. So we'll start in Adventureland and work our way around the park, and we'll end up where we start. So Adventureland,
the only thing I know that is in Adventureland, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Pirates of the Caribbean is in Adventureland.
That is correct. And the Tiki Room and the Magic Carpets of Aladdin. That's all the Adventureland.
We've never done the Magic Carpets, I don't think.
We did.
It was closed when we went.
No, but we did them last time we were there. So I have a video of us doing it.
It was like last day.
Yeah.
The Tiki Room, I've always loved the Tiki Room. I feel like the Tiki Room is actually really entertaining. I feel like it's really good. It's a really good show.
Yeah.
The birds, I love the concept. The only bad part is that if you sit in a certain area, you can hear the birds' mouths closing and opening.
Yeah, the mechanical sounds. Yeah.
But if you just don't let that like stay in your mind, you can just stop thinking about it. It's actually a really good show.
All right. And Pirates, it's one of our favorites.
It's been my favorite. I remember a couple of nights that we've been at Disneyland, me and you will always seem to run in the Pirates at 10:59.
Yep. Get there at the last minute, right? Get that last ride in.
It's always our last ride because there's no line at all.
And of course, we have to do the pirate pose for the picture.
Not a single picture has ever gone out good.
Gotta do our pirate pose when the camera's about to take our picture.
Yeah, it's not even a pirate pose. It makes it look like we have to poop.
Well,
literally,
we call it the pirate pose. All right, we're going to make our way out of Adventureland and head on over into Frontierland. Now we know that Splash Mountain is being renovated.
I miss Splash Mountain. I when I was about 8, is that when we went to Disney World?
Yeah, about 7 years ago.
Yeah, so we went to California, the Disneyland. And that is the only time that I've ever done Splash Mountain. I was really scared. I also hate getting wet if it's not a pool or a beach. I don't really like water rides as much. And I remember Splash Mountain, and we were going to do it. And when we went to there in July, the July trip, I'm sure you've probably talked about that before.
A little bit. Yeah. We talked about our trip.
So then we went to July. We didn't do it then. And then obviously in March, it was getting renovated. So we can't do that.
Big Thunder Mountain is in Frontierland, and Country Bear Jamboree, which...
Oh my God, Country Bear Jamboree is so bad. Country Bear Jamboree might be the worst thing I've ever done.
What about?
I don't understand how you constantly just want to go to those animatronic shows. They are so bad. The only good animatronic show in all of Disney that I've been to is Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy.
Well, you just said the Tiki Room. And the Tiki Room.
Well, the Tiki Room's not like...
It's animatronics. That's what the birds are.
Well, I guess they're not like animatronics like Country Bear Jamboree is.
Yeah, well, I guess a little different. What about Big Thunder Mountain Railroad?
I love Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. It is so cool. I love the turns, especially because the joke is that I always ride with my mother during Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, and there's no right turns at all. Or some... There's
more of one direction than the other.
Yeah, and pretty much it's just that the joke is that as soon, because she always sits on the side that gets all the turns on the cart.
So you lean into her?
So she's always leaning into me.
Oh, she's leaning into you. Yeah,
and then as soon as it's like what the last turn is the one turn, and I cram her against the side of the seat. And it's just a joke.
Yeah.
And it's always funny.
Yep. Cool. All right. Let's moving over to Liberty Square area, right? And so Liberty Square, home to one of our favorite restaurants, the Liberty Tree Inn, the all-you-can-eat turkey and roast and Liberty Tree Tavern. Yeah. We enjoy that very much. But in terms of attractions, we got Hall of Presidents.
Hall of Presidents actually pretty cool.
Yeah. And we did the riverboat ride.
The riverboat ride's all right.
It's a good nap.
Yeah.
And
if you want to fall asleep, that's where you go.
But Haunted Mansion is sort of the signature attraction in Liberty Square.
Because Haunted Mansion's like the only attraction there.
What are your thoughts on Haunted Mansion?
Haunted Mansion is really cool. I still don't understand how they get all the ghosts, because I believe that they're light projected into the room.
No, it's called Pepper's Ghost Effect, and we'll look that up later. I'll show you. There's actual figures, but the way they project the light and with mirrors, it makes it look like they're ghosts. So yeah.
Well, it doesn't make them look like they're ghosts because they are ghosts.
Well, of course.
It's Haunted Mansion for a reason.
It's true.
So I really like it. The slow ride really gives you like a little bit of a grooming effect, I should say. Not really grooming, but like kind of like suspense a little bit.
Yeah. Were you scared the first time you did it? Were you like worried, like, is this really going to be really scary?
I was 6 years old.
Well, of course, right.
So yeah, I was really scared. My favorite part is definitely the ending. I love the ending where a ghost is just with you, the hitchhiking ghost.
Yeah. And
then the ghost will follow you home. It's really cool.
Yep.
Cool. I also love the narrator, that ghost that narrates your ride.
That's a good point. I don't think we've ever talked about that, but that's actually a really good topic for a future episode, like the
whole
best
episode?
Narrators. Yeah.
Oh.
Narrators for all the rides. Yeah. That's good stuff. Anything else about Liberty Square you want to chat about?
Tom Sawyer's Island.
Okay, we forgot about Tom Sawyer's Island actually in Frontierland. Why don't you tell everybody about that?
Well, it's kind of like both because you can enter on both sides.
Kind of, yeah, it's true. Yeah, but go ahead.
Tom Sawyer's Island. I just completely butchered that name. Tom Sawyer's Island is personally one of my top things to do at Magic Kingdom, because for me, I really like exploring a whole lot, and I love the caves. I love the views that you can get. The best thing for me is the bridge to going across the other side. You can usually see a few like small little fish in the water, and it really just gives me like being in the woods vibes really for me. You know, to see the boat across, you can see the Thunder Mountain Railroad, you can see the Haunted Mansion, you can see Rapunzel's Tower. You can just see everything from the boat, and like not from the boat, from the bridge. I'm sorry.
Yeah, from the bridge. Yeah.
Okay. The fort is also really cool. I love the exit way from the fort because it really makes you feel like kind of like Pirates of the Caribbean, like the opening scene where they're raiding. That's what I pretend that I'm doing. It just really like brings out the childhood in me.
Yep. So if you're listening and you have teenage boys, check out Tom Sawyer's Island. It's also the spot where you helped me get that video of me eating the Thunder Mountain Railroad cars going.
I am the one that filmed both of those.
So if you haven't seen that yet, you need to check out it's on our TikToks. Yeah, I think it's on our YouTube channel as a YouTube short. We posted it there. So check that out of the Thunder Mountain Railroad cars, me eating them. And you can get that shot on Tom Sawyer's Island. Lots of fun. You really enjoyed doing that. You thought that was cool. And you did a great job on the camera for that.
I still haven't gotten enough credit to this day.
Well, I'm giving you credit right now. Congratulations.
Congratulate.
You did a great job.
I'm going to side eye you for the rest of the video.
Right. Side eye. All right. So we're going to move out of Liberty Square and go to Fantasyland. So we have Fantasyland, and that includes sort of the Dumbo circus area, right?
So my favorite thing in Fantasyland is Mine Train. Is that in Fantasyland?
Yep.
Yeah, look at me. I am remembering parts of this park.
There you go.
We still have 3 other parks to talk about.
Well, not today. We might not get through all of them today, but
we can do a brief
We'll try. Okay, go ahead.
Fantasyland for me is kind of a little boring because I love Mine Train. It's so cool. It's one of my favorite rides. But the problem is that there's always a 160-minute wait. I also hate, and this is just me complaining, is just that always the uneven amount of people that go through fast pass and the regular standby line.
Yeah, the lightning lane. Yeah,
it's not really a completely good ratio, I'd say. So that's really annoying. The only other thing that I know of that's in Fantasyland is probably the Bell's Castle thing that we did.
We did that. We ate at Bell's Castle, Beast Castle, right?
Beast Castle. That was really good.
But, Peter Pan and Winnie the Pooh, you mentioned those. Those are all in Fantasyland.
I guess the carousel is that?
Carousel, yeah. The teacups.
Oh, I hate the teacups. I hate them.
No, but you want to ride them over and over and go as fast as you want to spin that thing as fast as possible. That's all on you.
Well, because Fantasyland is so boring to the point where I want a headache, so at least I can feel something.
Okay. Well, you just said you enjoyed Peter Pan and Winnie the Pooh.
So, well, yeah, because
the Little Mermaid ride is there.
I don't like the Little Mermaid ride.
It's okay.
It's gross.
Yeah. So Fantasyland, a lot of Mimi and I talk about this. Fantasyland is an area where families with lots of little kids spend a lot of time.
That is like where the tiniest kids I've ever seen.
Yeah, a lot of strollers in Fantasyland. So
us big boys, our teenagers, we all go to Tomorrowland.
All right, so that's where we're heading next. Tomorrowland. All right, talk to me about Tomorrowland.
Tomorrowland. I mean, I'm always a fan of futuristic stuff. 24/7. I love it. I love robotics. I just love like advanced technology. That might be what I major in college, probably, or something like that.
We'll see.
I love it. I mean, I don't even know where to start. You just want to start naming stuff.
Let's talk about eating. Where we eat the favorite eating.
Cosmic Rays Starlight Cafe. Mm-hmm. Fun fact: when we went in July, we were there for like 2 days. Oh, this was 2019. No, 2021.
Yeah, in 2022 actually.
No, that was 21.
Well, whatever, right? In July.
Yeah, we've gone 3 years in a row. Because that was I guess that when we went to the Braves.
Okay.
For the July.
Right. You're right.
It was raining so badly and stuff. And it just... we were kind of stuck. And we were stuck in Cosmic Rays for a little while. And it was also, we ate Cosmic Rays 3 times.
Yes, we did.
In 2 days?
Yes, we did.
It is so good.
So it's become a family favorite, Cosmic Rays over in Tomorrowland. But You and I have a ride we like to do together. We do the Speedway, right?
We do the Speedway. The Speedway's cool.
It's something we just do together, even though you're older
Tron
now.
From there.
So Tron's coming out, of course.
Tron. So I'm a really big fan of Tron Legacy, the movie. That is probably my favorite Disney movie. He knows that.
Yes, it is.
I'm always listening to the soundtrack too. The music is really good. The only thing that I hate is that Tron opened up like 3 days after we left in March.
Yeah, it was like within a week of when we left last time. Yeah.
And I was like, can I stay an extra week, please? Because I really want to ride that ride. I feel like the light cycle is going to be so cool.
So if we go back, we'll have to hit that one for certain. What about Space Mountain?
Oh, Space Mountain. By far, Space Mountain in Disney World is way better than the Space Mountain in Disneyland.
Now, why do you say that? Because in
Disneyland, it's more of like a smooth running coaster, but in Disney, I'm sorry,
in Disney World,
I'm just gonna say Orlando,
right?
Because in Orlando, it is so much better. It's so much, for me, it feels faster. The rough turns really gets you. I love the start. It's like a rough turn at the very beginning, and then you gotta just like slow down, and then you go up. You can also see the people mover going through. That's also really cool. And then as you hear the screams of everyone else as you're going up, you get this weird feeling that like, oh God, or something like that. And it's also just really fun. I love dark rides in the dark.
Yeah.
I think the only one I have not done in all of Disney for dark rides is probably Tower of Terror, because I'm not really a fan of like drops like that. We're just
Rock and Roller Coasters inside.
Because Rock and Roller Coasters literally been closed every single time we go to Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
But everything else I love. I mean, dark rides, Everest is one of them.
There's a part in the dark.
The Matterhorn. Yeah. Like I love all those dark rides so much.
Right. Rides that have elements where you can't see where you're going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So Tomorrowland, People Mover, Carousel of Progress. That's a nice nap. No thoughts on that. You can take it or leave it.
Really.
All right. So we're getting close to the end of when we
skipped one thing.
What did we skip?
Skipped two things actually. We skipped the People Mover and we skipped Buzz.
I talk about them.
Buzz. I hate Buzz. Buzz, every single time the shooter things never work ever. I always lose. It's really dumb. It's also the
perspective of a teenage boy, ladies and gentlemen.
Not perspective. This is just facts.
Okay.
If you like Buzz, I think you're insane.
People might listen to the show like Buzz. You're not insane. They listen to the show.
Or they might just be like 6.
Okay. Keep going. Buzz, People Mover.
Might have small children.
It's true.
Buzz. I also have like sort of PTSD because once again in that trip it was pouring and we decided to go on Buzz and the ride closed down and we closed in a room where Buzz is talking to you.
Oh yeah.
And I probably heard him say, "Get to your station, Space Rangers," or something like that. Probably about 1,000 times.
Oh yeah, that was terrible. We were stuck in that space.
And I had left my AirPods in the hotel room, so I almost went crazy. I was losing it. Just wasn't good.
We forgot about the one ride in Tomorrowland that you said, "I will never, ever get on this ever again.
I'm never doing that again."
And that is the world famous Astro Orbiter at night, ladies and gentlemen.
I did Astro Orbiter at night during the fireworks. I took a bit. I don't know.
It was not your thing.
It's not my thing. I was at the bottom and I like, my hands went numb. My feet went numb. Like I was like, oh God.
Right. Well, it's not for everyone.
I might retry it. Probably. I'm probably not. That's on my no-do list.
There you go. That's all good. All right. Well, we're coming up close to the end. We usually try to keep these episodes around 30 minutes or so, right? So we're not going to be able to go into a deep dive into all the other parks, but maybe I'll name a park, and why don't you share with our guests what your favorite and least favorite attraction is in each of those parks? All right. Can we do that?
Yeah.
All right. Let's start with the Animal Kingdom.
My favorite thing, I have two favorite things. The first thing is Avatar, Flight of Passage. That's really cool. 3D makes you actually feel like you're on that animal. It's really cool. Everest also really high speed thriller, really cool. It's not as scary as it seems. The scariest part is when you're going up the chain at the start. Just close your eyes. The backwards part is just, it's not that scary. If you're ever terrified of Everest, it's not that bad.
Right. Least favorite thing in Animal Kingdom.
Least favorite thing in Animal Kingdom. Probably just like,
would you say like the walking trails? You weren't a big fan of the walking trails as an attraction?
Probably just like the variety, because Animal Kingdom gets very bland really fast.
What about dinosaur? Some people love dinosaurs, some people hate dinosaur. Do you have an opinion on that?
Dinosaur, man.
Okay, so you're out on dinosaur?
It's so loud.
Okay. Let's move to another park. Let's go to Epcot. Yeah. Favorite attraction in Epcot, think it, and then least favorite.
Favorite thing, two things again. Test Track. I love Test Track. I've loved it ever since I was a little kid. I love, you go like 70 miles an hour, 60, whatever, something like that. It's so cool. I love the view. We did it after Magic Hours one night.
Yeah.
It was so cool. It was like 11:30 when we got on.
It was pretty late. Yeah.
It was almost midnight. It was so cool. I saw the Epcot ball lit up. Saw everything else lit up. It was so cool. Also Guardians, the best ride in all of Disney World. It is the best ride. We don't have much time to explain it. Basically it is super smooth. It's so cool. I would highly, highly, highly recommend you do it. It is amazing.
Very good. All right. Least favorite thing in Epcot.
Least favorite thing in Epcot.
I know what mine is.
Remy's.
Really? You didn't like Remy's? I think you did.
No, I was guessing yours.
Oh, no, that's not mine. No.
What's yours then?
I'm not a fan of Journey into the Imagination with Figment. I just think the ride itself is
Figment,
kind of...
I was about to say Figment, actually.
I like the character of Figment. I don't like the attraction.
I don't even get it.
Yeah.
The ride makes no sense to me.
All right. So that's your least favorite Epcot. All right, one more part. Disney's Hollywood Studios. Favorite, least favorites.
So my favorite thing is, I guess we're going off of rides. Rides is probably, I have like three things name them all. I say like five things. I can name five things. Hollywood Studios is my favorite park.
Oh, wow. Okay, go for it.
It would be Magic Kingdom, but Magic Kingdom is way too big for me. I really like Rise of Resistance. It's just the programming is really cool there, and it's all run by like some supercomputer or something like that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So cool. I love Slinky Dog Dash. The only thing I don't like is the humps at the very end.
See, I like the humps at the end.
I don't. It makes my stomach go weird. I also, once again, I also like the Lightning McQueen Racing Academy, even as a 15-year-old.
Yeah. It's
really cool. And I love to see all the little kids get all really excited, just happy to see Lightning. Mm-hmm. It's really cool. I also really like Fantasmic.
The show.
The show. And I guess I'll name the other show that I like. I also like the Indiana Jones stunt show. It's really cool. I like to see how movies are produced right in front of your eyes. And then the last thing in all of Hollywood Studios that I love the most is the Lightsaber Workshop.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. You did get to do that last time.
I did get to do it. I chose purple and the power and control thing.
Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed it, because we're probably not doing that ever again.
Yeah, it's a little pricey.
What about Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway? I
have mixed reviews about it. I like it, but I mean,
it's not one of your tops.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like we overuse it a little bit.
Yeah. What about your least? Is there a least favorite in Hollywood Studios? There's a lot in Hollywood Studios we love doing.
Yeah. Hollywood Studios is really cool. One of the least things I probably hate is probably the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
The Millennium Falcon to me is just not
as exciting as it should be.
Yeah. I mean, me personally, I would redo it. Yeah. It's not that great of a ride. It's got a great storyline, and and stuff. It's just like the actual experience is just not that good.
Cool. All right. Any last pieces of advice for families out there with teenage guys that are going to Disney that maybe they should pay attention to? Anything? Any words of wisdom?
Any words of wisdom to any fellow teenage boys was don't get into your feelings. Don't think you're too good for anything at Disney or like you're too cool or something like that. Because in reality, no one really cares. They're all there on vacation. Try everything. A lot of the things that I named, I did not want to do, and I still did them and I enjoyed them. The main thing that I hated the most and was scared of was Everest.
Yeah. Yeah, you were pretty nervous about that.
I was so scared for Everest. I was numb, and I said that was my favorite thing. Yeah, you just gotta stay patient, stay able to try new things, especially the little kid things, because that stuff really makes you
feel good, huh?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, listen, Mimi and I usually end the show with a high five, so I want you to give a high five. Excellent. Good job. Guys, here's how you can get in touch with us and let us know about your thoughts about the show, maybe your opinion of Heldner's advice for teenage boys.
Dad jokes, please.
Yeah, you need to do dad jokes. The way you can get in touch with us is really simple. Send us an email, disneyassembled@gmail.com. You can hit us up with a DM on any of the socials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or as I'm calling it still, Twitter. We're also on YouTube. Check out our YouTube channel. Do youtube.com. Do a search for Disney Assembled. You can just do @Disney Assembled on YouTube. If you want to support the show in other ways, there are a few ways you can do that. Number one, check out our Patreon. We have a Patreon family with exclusive content just for our members. Membership starts as little as $2 a month. Just head on over to patreon.com/Disney Assembled. You can do that. You can also check out our TeePublic store where we have lots of merch and swag and stuff with our Disney Assembled.
Don't ever say swag ever again.
Right? Our stuff, our merch. Check out our merch store. All that can be found on our website, disneyassembled.com. Check that out. And finally,
my favorite shirt is the Pirates of the Caribbean one. It's like tan and beige, like kind of like khaki color.
So that was a special exclusive one that one of our friends out there, Andrew, made for us.
Oh.
So we have a few extras. Maybe we'll do a giveaway so some of our listeners might be able to win because that one is not for sale. It's an exclusive
It's my favorite one. Right? I love it.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a contest.
Andrew.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew. But guys, the best thing you can do to help us out if you really want to help is on your podcast player of choice. If you have the ability to leave a rating and review, please consider leaving us a 5-star rating or the highest rating possible and writing a really kind review, especially if you're listening on Apple Podcasts. Most of our listens come from Apple Podcasts. And so the more reviews we get that are positive and the more ratings that we get that are positive, the more likely someone is to find the show. And we need your help spreading the joy because that's what we are doing. All right.
Just don't take the dad jokes into your consideration, please.
Don't do that.
Just kind of forget about them.
All right. Heldner, thanks a lot. One more high five. Good job, son. Thank you very much. We appreciate you joining us this week. Guys, thank you for listening. We hope this episode brought a smile to your face, a little extra magic to your day, and that very special sprinkle of pixie dust to your week. And until next time, see you real soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, please collect your belongings, watch your head and step, and take small children by the hand.